When a new member joins your community, it can be a little intimidating for them to figure out how to start or where to jump in. But Mighty Networks has a really cool built-in welcome checklist feature that'll show your new members exactly how they can start participating. Hi, I'm Heather, and in this video, I'll show you how to use the welcome checklist feature in Mighty Networks so that your new members will feel like they've arrived at the right place and at the right time. To set up your welcome checklist, click on your profile icon and then head on over to Network Settings and then click on the Content tab. Scroll down till you find the welcome checklist feature and then click on Manage. Now on the top half of this page, you'll see the existing items that are in your welcome checklist. If you scroll down, you'll see Mighty Suggestions, and these are all the items that Mighty has seen work best, and these are all the things that you can add to your welcome checklist. Towards the very top of this page, you'll see a button here that says View Preview, and this will show you a preview of what your welcome checklist currently looks like. Now, the first thing we'd recommend adding is the Introduce Yourself item. When a new member clicks on this item, they'll be taken to their profile where they can add their name, an About You section, they can add pictures and links and stuff like that. But then there's also this introduction section. When a new member fills this out, it'll actually show up as a post in the community where other people can cheer and comment and start interacting with that new member. And it's a really great way to have your new member feel welcome. The next thing we'd recommend adding is the Adjust Your Notifications item. So when a new member clicks on this item, they'll be taken straight to the notifications settings. This is where they can turn on or off email updates, push notifications. They can also select which types of notifications to be alerted of. And the next thing we'd recommend is cheering something and adding a comment. When a new member clicks on either of these in the welcome checklist, it just takes them to their personal feed where they'll see posts and articles and polls and stuff like that. It's really easy for a new member to just start by cheering something or adding a comment. It's much easier to piggyback off of a conversation that's already happening. Now, those are the basic ones we recommend starting with, but there are also plenty of others that you can add if they make sense for your community. For example, you can encourage people to download the app. Mighty Networks has both an iOS and an Android app. In my welcome checklist, I have follow a topic and follow a member in the network. I think these are really easy ways for members to start focusing on the content that really interests them, and it'll start curating content in their personal feed. We also have browse a group, browse a course, but there's plenty of others like RSVP to an event. Maybe you have events frequently in your network, so that's definitely something you want to showcase from the get-go, or you can encourage your new members to invite somebody else that they know to the network. Now, a quick note about write a post, create an article, and post a question. You might be thinking as you're going through your welcome checklist, like, hey, it'd be really cool if I had an article, a welcome article that included a welcome video, maybe some guidelines, a message from you as a host. Maybe you want to include an icebreaker question that every single new member is encouraged to answer, something like that. That is not what these are, right? So if you include these as items, for example, I'll include write a post as a checklist item, and then I'm going to click on View Preview so we can go to our checklist. And here it is right here, write a post. When a new member clicks on it, it takes them to a new post, right? Because the checklist is for the new member. Now, if you want to include an article like I did here, let me remove this real quick. That's what this plus sign is for. So you can do a quick post, an article, for example, here, this will open up the editor. And I already have my welcome article right here. So that's how you can add content that you've created as items in the welcome checklist. So going back to managing our checklist items, again, if you want to add your own icebreaker question, you'd hit this plus sign right here. But if you want to encourage new members to ask their own questions or write their own articles or write their own posts, that's what these items are for. Maybe you're running a challenge, or you have a special event coming up, or maybe you have a monthly theme. All you have to do is hit this plus sign to write an article about it. And then remember, you can always come back to editing what is in your welcome checklist in your network settings. Also, it's super easy to reorder these. All you have to do is click on these three bars and drag accordingly. Lastly, when you go and preview the welcome checklist, you'll see that there is a progress bar. So as members are working their way through the checklist, that progress bar is going to get closer and closer to 100%. And even though you can add a ton of things to the welcome checklist, I would recommend making it an achievable list. We don't want our members to feel like they have all this homework now that they've signed up for this new community. We want them to feel that sense of accomplishment, that 100% completion rate, like, yes, I've done everything. I know my way around the community and I can start getting involved. Members will receive notifications reminding them to complete the welcome checklist if they haven't already, and they'll get it at the 4-day mark and the 10-day mark. If they don't interact with your welcome checklist at all, then they won't get a reminder. And if you haven't already, you can record a welcome video to include in your welcome checklist and make your new members feel even more at home. Want to know how? Check out this video next, and we'll walk you through step by step.